For our final weekend in March, the regional scene showed up and surprised us with everything from a short notice replacement fight that doesn't end how you'll think, to multiple submissions, one of which Caposa titled Mangled Ankle, and I'm sure you'll see why, a KO of the week that legitimately looks like something from a cartoon, and enough hooks and elbows to keep you entertained for a while. And these are all thanks to Caposa, who I'm still trying to figure out how he has time to watch all of these, but go give him a follow on Twitter at Grabaka_Hitman if you want more highlights just like these. What is going on, everyone? It's the Casual, Lawton Veerkant, and this is Caposa's Corner. Kicking us off this week, we're heading to Reel 13 Fight 5. Holy wow, that's a confusing name. In Brazil for one fight. Here, we have a lightweight matchup that sees Renan Freitas representing the red corner and with just a 1-0 record, and his opponent, Andre Baiuca, representing the blue corner, and he has just an 0-1 record. This one's quick, 11 seconds to be exact, so, yeah.
Protagonista pesou 66 quilos e 100 gramas da Chute Box, Diego Lima e olha lá!
Yeah, a blocked flying knee followed by a beautiful counter left hook that spins him around and down to the canvas. This is one of those fights we're cursed with only one angle of, but it was just too good not to include this week. And as if the counter hook wasn't enough, the 3 ground hooks after the fact are enough for the ref to finally step in, ending this fight and improving Andre's record to an even 1-1. Next up, we're going to Brazilian Fighting Series 7, where they were busy this week, so we have 3 fights to show you. For the first, we have a middleweight bout between Joaquim Juliano with a 2-1 record, and he's taking on Jorge Mahita with a pretty rough 3-4 record. So this one makes it to the second round, and these two are exhausted and going at it. Mahita actually opens up a huge cut on Juliano just a minute in, but just over a minute and a half later, he decides to give him a little payback for that one.
Joaquim não pode...
Now, I'm no ref by any means, but I have to assume that if you see someone fall limp to the canvas and quit defending themselves, it's probably wise to stop the fight and not let them get 2 extra hits in. But regardless, Juliano throws this quick elbow to the face, and that is all this one takes. This is another one where we only have 2 angles, but talk about some perseverance as Juliano fights through that bad eye cut, then secures this win just under 2 minutes later, and he improves his record to 3-1. For our second fight at Brazilian Fighting Series 7, we have a flyweight fight that sees Stenio Barbosa with a 15-10 record, and he's on a 4-fight losing streak, and he's up against Cleberson Souza, who has a 5-3-1 record, but is on a 3-fight winning streak, and he trains at the Pitbull Brothers gym, so he's definitely got a solid team behind him. So here's another one that makes it to the second round, and it starts with these two just throwing leg kicks back and forth, so I wonder what the knockout is gonna be like.
Pode dar uma cansada.
Bom chute frontal aí do Stênio. Uma joelhada fortíssima. Sentiu.
Oh, well, slight change up. Instead of a kick to finish, Souza decides to throw this flying knee directly to the chin that definitely rocks Barbosa, and the 3 undefended ground and pounds is enough for this ref to step in and call the fight. Patricio Pitbull actually shared this clip on Twitter saying that Souza is one of the most talented fighters to come into their gym, and that he has a bright future ahead of him. This win does improve his record to 6-3-1, and hopefully we can see more of him in the future. And for our third and final fight at Brazilian Fighting Series 7, we have the co-main event Strawweight matchup between Isabella de Padua with a 5-2 record, and she actually competed in the UFC back in 2019 where she unfortunately lost to Ariane Lipski, and she's up against Joyce Mara, who has an 11-6 record. So we're just nearing the 2-minute mark of this fight, and Mara decides to take this one to the ground, and after a little bit of finessing, wait, what's this? No way we're about to see another Gogoplata, right?
Cuidado, tem que ter cuidado. Apagou? Apagou? Apagou?
Well, I stand corrected. As if these aren't rare enough, we saw one at the end of last month, and we got another one to cap off this month. And it was so tight that it literally puts Isabella to sleep, as you just saw. And just as a reminder, a Gogoplata is a submission where you use your shin to press the neck of your opponent up as your hands pull their neck towards you. Absolutely brutal submission, and thankfully Isabella came to about a minute later. But damn, what a win for Mara as she adds a nice name to her resume and improves her record to to 12-6. Moving on, we're gonna go check out Jungle Fight 106, also in Brazil, for one fight. Here we have a bantamweight matchup that sees Daniel Siqueira with another rough record of 6-10, and he's taking on Marcirle Durin, who has an 8-2 record. This week has definitely had some interesting matchmaking decisions, but that does not mean that the knockouts aren't there, and as this fight just passes the 3-minute mark of the first round, it clearly proves that statement.
Se ele andar com o pé pra dentro, o Marcirle consegue conectar os melhores golpes dele.
Que nocaute espetacular!
Ouch! What a combination as he throws the uppercut first, followed by a right hook, and then this final left hook lands, and it lands clean, sending his opponent down and out. Durin was basically just hunting him down this entire round, and when he saw this opening, he capitalized on it greatly. Although his opponent didn't have the best record, this win does improve him to a 9-2 and hopefully gives him some momentum moving forward. Now we're gonna go visit UAE Warriors 27 in Abu Dhabi for one fight, and oh yeah, it is time for Caposa's KO of the week. Here we have a heavyweight fight that sees Khalid Awa making his professional debut, and he's up against Kevin Munje, who is also making his pro debut. This KO definitely made its rounds on social media, and you will see why very soon, but we are just nearing the halfway mark of the second round, and check this out. Thank God for referees like Mark Goddard who waste no time stepping in when they know this fight is over. But holy shit, what a knockout. A missed spinning back fist that leaves him wide open for this right hook that sends him spinning and limp down to the canvas. Now, I couldn't find an official update on Kevin's status as UAE hasn't released one yet, but as always, we are truly hoping for a smooth and safe recovery. But what a way to make an impressive debut as Khalid secures his first round knockout and secures his first pro win. Up next, we're going to take a look at Fury FC 59, where they were busy this week, so we have 3 fights to show you. For the first, we have a catchweight bout at 150 pounds that has Kyle Powell with the 1-2 record, and he's taking on Jordan Pluton, who has a 1-3 record. We've got another usual first round finish, and as this fight is nearing the 2-minute mark, these just don't get any easier for me to watch.
Huge improvement this time in conserving energy, and oh, big shot, that's it, out. Yeah.
Ouch, those literally make me sick to my stomach, and listen to the crack on that one more time.
In conserving energy, and
the announcers after the fact literally said they thought the noise was the wood block signaling the final 10 seconds, but nope, that was a clean liver shot that collapses Powell to the canvas, and this fight is over. I'm not sure what we give Jordan more credit for, this deadly liver shot or the post-fight backflips into ground humping. Either way, this was a definitive way to win, and Powell did give the thumbs up just 10 seconds after the fight stopped, but he obviously just needed some time to recover from that deadly blow. What a win though, and Jordan improves his record to 2-3. Now for our second fight at Fury FC 59, we have a heavyweight matchup between Jake Williams, who has an 0-1 record, and he's up against Avery Wilson, who is just making his pro debut, but had a 5-1 amateur record. Oh yeah, here's another quick one, because just as round 1 starts, we are nearing the 1-minute mark, and so far they've both been focusing on throwing leg kicks above everything else, so I wonder if that's how this one will end.
Had such a good amateur. Huge spin back.
Nope, a spinning back fist from hell, followed by 4 uppercuts, 1 ref falling, and a slumped over Williams, and this fight is over. Obviously, seeing huge hits in a heavyweight fight isn't exactly uncommon, but this one was just brutal with the back fist rocking him, only for those uppercuts to send him fully down and out. But he lands his first professional win in great fashion, and he even wins his boombox as a prize. What a night. For our third and final fight at Fury FC 59, we have a flyweight bout between Drake Lopez, who has an 0-1 record, and he's taking on Isaiah Torres, who has an even 1-1 record. So this is the fight that I mentioned in the intro about Caposa titling it Mangled Ankle, so you know something good is about to happen. As we near the 2-minute mark of the first round, you can see Lopez is targeting the leg and ankle as this one goes to the mat, and after a few failed attempts, he finally locks one in, and just look.
That is really deep, and that looks like his ankle's almost dislocated. That is.
and he just tapped.
Okay, we gotta figure this.
Yeah, Couple of questions. One, ouch, there's no way an ankle should be able to bend that way without actually breaking off. And second, why did the fight stop? Well, sadly, the post-fight commentary also didn't know, but what we can only assume is that the ref saw enough, or there was a verbal tap somewhere in there that wasn't picked up by the microphones, even though Torres seems to dispute the stoppage. Either way, the fight ended as it probably should have, and was deemed a submission via heel hook, giving Lopez the win and improving his record to an even 1-1. Now for our last fight this week, we're going to none other than LFA 127 in California, where we have a welterweight matchup that has Tommy Aaron, who has a 9-6 record, and actually is considered Tony Ferguson's protege as he took him under his wing during the beginning of COVID when he lost his job, and has trained with him and even cornered him in previous fights. And he's taking on Junior Mello, who has a 15-10 record and is the short notice replacement fighter that we mentioned in the intro. And as we near the minute-and-a-half mark of the first round, let's see who's gonna take this win.
We know he wants to get it to the mat. We know he. Oh!
Aaron is in trouble. Junior Mello.
Wow, turns out the short notice replacement Junior makes the upset with a left hook to rock him and then one uppercut followed by 3 hammer fists, and he is down and out on the canvas. What a fight, and as you can tell by the wobbled legs and fall, that first hook probably was enough to call the fight, but the final blows are all it takes for this one to get called, and Junior gains the win, improving his record to 16-10. Another week down and even more highlights to be thankful for, so go give Caposa some support by giving him a follow on his Twitter at Grabaka_Hitman, and you can also show him some support by going to his Patreon at patreon.com/Caposa. And we want to thank all of these organizations from all across the world for hosting these events week in and week out, and we want to say a thank you to the fighters, winners, and losers, and we will see you all on the next video.